Back for game 3 of this one. It is the Natchitoches City Chiefs and the Tigers of Neville getting ready to do battle in this one. Neville Junior High football should be a good one on there, and we're glad to have it for you. I am Doug Gann alongside of KP Miles. KP.
Natchitoches and Neville, couple of really good programs. Natchitoches is on the come up, I think, as far as their program, and we know how good Neville is. They're going to be going to a different district this year, the high school is, so obviously their high school's getting players from this team here.
One thing that I look out and see is a size difference. Those Neville Tigers are big, and the Chiefs just don't look like they have a lot of size. They've got a lot of numbers out there, but they don't have the size that we've seen from a Westridge or Neville in this one, or a lot of them. So it should be good to see if they're able to use their space to get around.
We've seen that in these games that are quick. It doesn't come to such the forefront, but in a 4-quarter game with that much size, it's definitely going to make a huge difference. So, we saw it in the Westridge Calvary game.
Give us a little update on how the structure of these games today are going if these audiences are new, KP.
2 15-minute halves, running-ish clock. Clock will be stopped during timeouts and after touchdowns. So usually about a 45-minute game. The running-ish. There will be no kickoffs, no extra points. There'll be 2-point conversions or, turnover on downs, and we've had a couple of good games to start the day.
They have a simulated punt if you're third down, and we saw that with Calvary last game. Of course, congratulations to Westridge who wins that one. Calvary punted, and they get 30 yards from the line of scrimmage is what they give them, which in middle school you'll take a 30-yard average any time, but Westridge was just a little too much. So that gives a little bit of it. I want to give a big shout-out to our man, Big Zig, who is down about the 30-yard line, 35, now 40. He's making his way down the field. Shooter, they call him, photog extraordinaire. You can check him out at Big Zig Photography. Dude's a legend around here, and delighted to call him a friend. We first met him back at West Washita several years ago when we were there, and now follow him everywhere that he goes. So check those out. We've got captains for you tonight for Natchitoches because they're in your screen. It is number 1, Austin Johnson. Number 14 is Mason Smith. Number 25 is Tate Dupree. And number 2 is Bryson Young. For Neville, number 7 is it, and that is Dom Dade. He is joined by number 63, Matthew Snowdy, S-N-O-W-D-Y, Snowdy, Matthew, we'll go with that. And they'll start from the 30s when they start their possession on a kickoff. All else plays like it. Boy, if it's anything that we have seen, it has been fast-paced. A couple of these offenses have been explosive. That first game, KP, I don't think anybody got stopped.
No, there wasn't a stop in the first game, and there was only there was a couple in the second game based on that size difference that we saw. Once again, I want to give a shout-out to these SROs. I just passed 2 of them down there. We think we're hot. They're in bulletproof vest out here in this 100-degree heat protecting these kids. I think there's 3 or 4 of them that I saw. Thank y'all very much. Sheriff Mark Wood, one of our big sponsors, thank you for sending those guys out here to make everybody safe.
Yeah, big hats off to the Rapides Parish Sheriff's Department and Sheriff Mark Wood. As the 446 trailer makes its way to your area, keep an eye out for that. Star. Neville is going to receive. They will get things going here in the first half.
Looking forward to getting that trailer loaded up and on the road for the first road game, Doug.
It's coming up before we know it. Of course, scrimmages start at the high school level next week.
Next Friday, here at Butch.
This is an interesting jamboree because they started, I think, a week ago, and then they're playing this jamboree. They've got another jamboree that's coming up, but it's an opportunity to get a lot of teams playing each other. So that's why you do that.
I mean, how often will we get a chance to see Westridge or Calvary or anybody like that down here?
Well, we spoke with Coach Josh Edwards and Coach Aiden Walker and Coach Jermaine Minor. They came by the dugout and talked to us a little while, and this is just something they feel you want to get these players. If they're going to compete for their feeder schools at a big-time all-state level, you've got to be able to do that here in junior high, and you want to get them exposed to it early. And this is the perfect way, the first annual North-South. I don't know if you can call it annual if it's just the first one. It'd be the inaugural one.
Inaugural, that's right,
Is,
that's right.
Is what it is.
On a side note, nobody's happier about the dugout than me and Brett. We think that's the perfect nickname, the dugout. We're glad that we've got that to be able to use now. It's a cool place, and we're going to enjoy it this year.
It's cool, all right. The air's kicking, unlike where we're at today.
Then there's that.
Got the refrigerator moved in. Got the my wife sent me with the refrigerator and air fryer and a pillow, and I was like, wait a minute.
Whoa.
I was like, hold on a second.
Well, as I say, that's a strong hint.
First down and 10 we go from the 30. Neville moving right to left in this. We'll get an idea for you on the starters as we get going along.
There's some good-sized young men on the Neville offensive line.
You instantly see that size difference that we spoke of.
Just a smidge.
And the chain crew making their way down. Nothing like getting called out
by the PA
guy on here.
Right. That'll get you moving.
Sun is starting to open up and shine a little bit more. Had to move the fan over to our internet source.
Cool it
There's
off.
the shift, and looking like the Washington Redskins out there shifting around.
John Riggins in the backfield.
Getting set, handoff goes off to the right. And size and power and size, and that is number 2, Carter Burns, that carries that one. See if we have that again. We'll look at Carter. Nope, that's from the previous game. You guys don't want to see an instant replay from that Westridge Calvary game, I know, but back into that veer formation they go. Ball is on the ground, picked up near a scoop, banging around, and it's going to stay with Neville there. Looked like Natchitoches wanted to scoop and score there. We'll see how much of it we have. Watch the ball come out, bounces around, and right off the linebacker. Instead of falling on it, he goes. But he does what you're supposed to. You go tackle the quarterback.
So if Neville fumbles and then they don't recover it and then they do, is that 3 fumbles? I mean, I'm just wondering.
Possession never changed on that one.
That's touched everybody.
That's why the down doesn't. There is a timeout taken at 13:51. That's the earliest of the timeouts that we have seen. That afternoon sun starting to make its presence known here.
Went from partly cloudy to sunny.
It's quite sunny. KP, tell them who helped out putting this together locally for the North-South Jamboree.
Ward Electric, Neblet Beard and Arsenault. Mark Hankins Ministries, Red River Bank, All-State, JPE Health and Wellness, and in Quinn Financial Solutions. Those guys have helped the coaches here at Brain put this on. Without them, none of this takes place. We're appreciative of that. Ward Electric being the title sponsor of this event.
Third down and 5 for the Neville Junior High team. They go from the 35-yard line. Handoff goes to the far side. Getting to the corner. 50, now 40, going to try to run right by the DB, and he does. He's going to house this one. Touchdown, Tigers.
Touchdown, Tigers. Untouched,
Watch him
basically.
get to the corner, and we may be able to back that one up just a little bit. No, not that far.
That veer, the way they run that veer, not knowing which direction it's going to go, by the time you do, it's too late with a running back like that.
That's certainly the beauty of that veer. But they'll hustle down and try to cap off this touchdown. But we appreciate the folks at Firehouse Subs for firing up that instant replay. Did not make it into the Riverside red zone, easily into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
I want to thank Miss Amy Perry Grimes for jumping on board with Riverside and bringing on the Riverside red zone. Going to be with us all year.
Absolutely, they will. And look, we're so humbled here by the support that we continue to get through the year. We appreciate the folks all around. Of course, Central Management, you don't know them. They've got 21 facilities around the state of Louisiana that are home care facilities. Belle Grande, the newest one, and they've got Lanyap Home Care here locally also, KP.
Yeah, Central Management based out of Winfield.
Of course.
I'm hoping by this point I'm going to quit hearing about my people in Winfield. But, hey.
50,000 strong.
Jamie Shelton and Rocky Procell and Mr. Teddy Ray Price, thank y'all again for being a part of 446 Sports.
Definitely. Look, there aren't a lot of people that support the community like these businesses do. Central Management, and Teddy Ray Price and Jamie Shelton lead the way in that.
Belgrande, well, that's a nice facility out there, isn't it, Doug?
Look, it makes my old tail want to move in there. It's nice. Well, 1st down and 10 they go. 30-yard line for Natchitoches Junior High. The Chiefs ready to go. Handoff up the middle. And
I bet if you went to Belgrande, they get you a refrigerator and air fryer and a couch, too.
Look, I have that. I have that already. Got a theater in there. Of course, the sanctuary was there. They do things right. And every one of them that they build is always nicer than the last one.
Yes.
And I don't know that you could find a finer facility than Belgrande is right now.
Yeah, the last one they built, the really nicest one that I had ever been in was Autumn Leaves in Winfield, and now this Belgrande just makes it look like something that is 20 years old, which it's not.
Receiver to the top, one to the bottom. Here comes pressure up the middle, and I'm telling you that the mismatch is showing. That defensive line just pushed back the O-line, KP, 4 yards?
At least. And by the time that young man planted his back foot, he had a defender in his face. It just –
watch on your screen the push that this front four gets, and it allows the blitzer to come on.
And if you look at the offensive line for Neville, I mean, they're not – I mean, excuse me. They're pretty big. It's just this Neville defensive line is quick and big. That's some good-sized kids there for Natchitoches Central.
Look, we have always seen that. Linemen galore for Neville. You go back to a pretty good one that's getting paid on Sundays to play in Will Campbell.
Yeah.
Came out of that Neville group.
Absolutely. LSU All-American and now protecting Drake May up there in New England.
Back to pass. Now he's going to keep it himself, but he's brought down in the backfield there. That is number 13, Demetrius Vincent, that is there for the tackle. And expect Natchitoches to take the punt here.
You would think that'd be the play. Flip the field and give their defense a chance. How far did the Neville High School go last year in the playoffs, Doug?
Quarters.
Quarters? Okay, I thought so. I thought so.
But look, that shows you a lot of these teams that are playing in there. Neville was in 2-5A last year too. You get a team of of Ouachita that only wins one district game, and they go on and win the non-select state title in Division
And
I.
I remember when we were here that night. If you remember, they couldn't shake hands. That was the game where they couldn't come over, and Thomas went over to shake those kids' hands and told us after the game, this team's got a chance to be special. This Ouachita team's got, and they were.
Nobody wanted to play them, and we think they did it for their buddy Mike Downhour, who retired as their longtime radio and TV guy, and retired with a championship.
Yep.
So Coach Benji Lewis and the Ouachita Lions capped it off last year. Very senior-laden team. We switch over to Neville and look at the size difference on here. It stopped it there. They'll go 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. 10:06 here in the first half. Handoff goes off to the right side, and he's going to make a cut and go to the house. That is Ethan Brown that's going to go for 61 yards. We'll take a look at it one more time, and just courtesy of our friends over there at Firehouse Subs doing that. And I just
look at number 74 for Neville. Tell me he can't play on Friday nights. Look at that kid.
Look at Brown go right up the middle and makes a cut right here. And he's a good foot taller than most of the guys out on the field today. So that makes it tough on him.
Oh, it's huge. That 74's got to be 285 in 8th grade. Huh? For 8th grade? Well, I mean, you were in 8th grade a couple years ago.
Steps back there, throwing
Great
for this
catch.
one. That is complete. Williams with a slant to Otis Sims.
Here's the question,
and it is 16-0 in this one now.
How many kids when you were in 8th grade were that big? Because that's the thing. I don't remember them being that big. We were in 8th grade. Doug, do you?
No, not at all. But 8th grade was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So 16-0, and this is gone in just 5:08. And I'm telling you, when you saw them line up, you knew that this was probably going to be the outcome in this one.
Size just matters, especially athletic size, and that's what they have. They've got kids that are big that can run, and not just kids that are big.
But look, I'm going to tell you, we've never seen a Natchitoches team that quits.
No.
They will continue fighting, and these guys are going to learn from this and get better for it when they step into 1-5A action. It's a pretty good conference that district they'll go up into as well, with Airline and Bird and that group. One of the bigger districts in the state. But I'm telling you, you saw the tackle there that was made.
2.5 yards in the backfield.
Well, and he outweighs, and he's not a big guy that's out there. He's a good size for an 8th grader, but he's got to outweigh that running back by 70 pounds probably.
At least. And the running back took 2 steps after he took the handoff, and he was in his face. But these are the kind of games the coaches want to see, and see who competes and who doesn't give up, and who plays hard. And these coaches will tell you it's easy to play hard when you're on the other side of this.
Yeah.
And you're kicking everybody's butt. It's hard to play hard when you're getting your butt kicked.
Well, and you bring up a good point and a good comment. They want to see who will compete.
Yep.
And who doesn't take off. Loss of a yard officially on that play. 2nd down and 11 now. Quarterback keeper to the near side. He's going to spin around and be hit right after a 2-yard gain.
First one there, Demetrius Vincent.
Going to bring up 3rd down, or I believe.
Yeah, 3rd down and 9. So they gave him officially 2 yards on the play. Get him out to the 31-yard line. Make it 3rd down and 9 to go here. Clock rolls down near the halfway point. This is the best defense for Natchitoches, staying out there on offense. They've got to get a 1st down. Yeah.
Got no chance. Yep.
And sacked all the way back to the 20-yard line.
Great job of penetration there by the Neville defensive line, and looks like we're going to have another one of those punts maybe.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way you don't call for the punt here.
But it looks like they're not. Oh, here they go.
They do it there.
They
so
do it
they'll
there.
go from the 22-yard line.
It's a 25-yard punt, Doug.
Well, let me see. Let me measure. There's 10. There's 20. Or do they set it up? No, they just set it at the 40 is what they're going to do with it. Okay. Nope. All right. So they make it a 40-yard punt. I'm going to tell you what, you'd take that every time in the middle school level, and a lot of high schools would take a 40-yard punt guaranteed.
A lot of high schools, yeah, absolutely. Now, I mean, we're pretty fortunate with the kickers we have here, but, yeah, a lot of high schools will take a 40-yard punt.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Got to visit with the kicker for Alexandria a couple of times over the last few days, Eli Fung, who is going to be off to Tulsa, and will kick in Division I. Another one of those kids off the soccer field that's kicking, and that just has been the norm. These young guys that are playing soccer all their lives and are really good at soccer get an opportunity to come in and say, you know what, let's go play football and kick it through the uprights and make a lot of money doing it.
Well, last year it didn't come to fruition, but I got a prediction this year that Eli's going to get a chance to kick about a 35-yarder to win a ball game for us this year. It's going to happen.
I hope he doesn't have to.
I hope he doesn't either, but I think he's going to.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. I thought he was going to have one last year at West Monroe, but I just feel like that's coming. He's too talented. He's going to get a chance to do that this year.
He's got the leg from about 60. There goes motion on 1st and 10. Snap is back there, coming to run a little inside screen, a jailbreak screen to the receiver. And good job coming up and making a tackle there. He'll be at midfield, so give him 8 on the play, make it 2nd down and 2.
Hurry up offense here from Neville.
Yeah, Neville's not going to back up from what they run. They've got to get work no matter how dominant they are in this game. Hand off to the right side, and he's going to shift his way through all the way down to the 33. And KP, you see the tackles that are made by these younger guys, and that's what I told you. They're not going to quit or back away from this. These guys are out there putting their face mask wherever they need to.
Well, Natchitoches Central's got enough kids on the sidelines that if they don't put their face mask in there, somebody else will.
Timeout taken by the Chiefs. We'll step away and take it with them. Following the timeout, 4:46 remains in the first half. Speaking of that, we appreciate you following along with this one. If you've not already hit the follow or the subscribe, do that and drop a comment down below and let us know who you're cheering for. First down and 10 from the Chiefs' 32-yard line. Back to pass now, going down this side. We'll hit the seam. Oh, good contact there, but going to be dropped inside or right at the 10-yard line, make it first down and goal.
That young man gained 5 more yards after the first contact. Great job there from number 6. Just lowered his shoulder and got 5 more yards.
Well, we've seen some good football in this one. Shout out to these Neville folks and Brame for coming up with this. Good job on that defensive line. Look at the matchup on 77 over here and 85. 20 yards off the ball following that, the way the offensive lineman drove his guy this way. You'll watch 77 sit down on the left side of the screen there.
Good size young man for being in 8th grade.
Snap is back there. Going to be a quarterback keeper. Defense collapsing on it, but he'll get to the corner and run over the defender and into the end zone. Touchdown for the Tigers. 22-0 now in this one. 3:10 to go, and it may get to a point where they don't stop it after the touchdown.
I'd like to do some research, Doug, and find out if there's ever been a team win one district game and win the state championship. I mean, that's got to be something that hadn't happened that often in the state of Louisiana.
I believe that. You see a and look, more so in the split era.
Right.
Because you separate teams out. Their team that had the teams been consolidated wouldn't have made the playoffs.
Right.
A toss over the middle, a little pitch and catch. It is good there. Put it up 24-0. All Neville in this one. And again, we noticed it when they were warming up that size was going to be, there was no way that, but I love the fight of these Chiefs. I'm telling you I do.
Well, and not just size, but the athletic ability. I mean, these kids that are on the defensive line right now for Neville, they're not huge, but they're athletic. They can run, and they're pretty good size, and that's the way that football's going. You can't just be 330 pounds anymore. You got to be an athlete.
That's correct. We sit at J.L. Butch Stoker Stadium. Butch Stoker, the longtime coach here, legend in Central Louisiana, and that's why his name adorns the stadium and the jumbotron that's out there. There is a memorial to him out front, that helmet that speaks of him, and it's just a wonderful family. Got to visit with him a lot there towards the end of his time here on earth, and just a tremendous, tremendous family.
A couple of state legend coaches here, Coach Stoker, Coach Don Boniel over for the baseball team.
That's right. And it's Don Boniel Field.
That's right.
There you go. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. Twins near side, rolling out to the far side and just nothing doing.
Robinson's taken down.
Robinson unable really to get anything going all day. Loses 4 there, make it 2nd and 14. And they're in no hurry to get anything going. They just as soon run out as much of this as they can and get to that 5-minute break. Don't forget, final game of the afternoon. Going to be a good one between one more West Monroe feeder school in Good Hope and the Gators of Brame. Looking forward to that one. That's there's a lot of explosive folks that are on the field for both of those teams. That should be a good one. Of course, Brame has been continuously feeding that Alexandria program. Do you imagine those 2 running backs, Kaysen and Noble, over at Brame at the same time?
Wow.
Snap is back there. That one's going over the top. Good throw, but going to be incomplete and bring up 3rd down. But I like the arm.
Neither Kaysen nor Noble has committed anywhere yet, have they?
No.
Both of them have a bunch of D1 offers. I know, is it Noble that's got the offer from Alabama? Noble from Alabama.
Just picked up Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State. Kaysen's got a couple.
Kaysen's got a number of them, too. They're and just juniors. So
yeah,
they've got a long time to keep doing what they're doing. They're committed to Poydras is where they're committed to. Of course, that's the street the Superdome rests on.
Yeah, exactly.
3rd down and 14 in this one. 14 seconds until the half. And Chiefs content to make this the final play of the first half. Snap is there, back to pass. Going to get it. There's that good arm again, and you're going to get incidental contact, it looks like.
Incidental that's all it was.
Officials, the coaches on the Chiefs side want it. You're going to have something in the backfield now. Personal foul, roughing the passer. So if Natchitoches wants it, they can get one untimed down here. That's what the call is going to be. And so when a penalty happens on the final play of a quarter against the defense, you'll get the penalty yardage and one untimed down. So that'll move the ball out to the 40 and a half. The nose of the football rests just inside the 41-yard line, and this will be one last heave for Natchitoches Central. KP, I think they've got to drop something off early maybe and get one of those guys in space and see if he can get out and go.
Absolutely. This will be a good momentum play for the second half here to see if they can get anything going.
And you see that Neville has dropped 8 guys back in coverage, though, anticipating that. So we'll see what the 3-man front can do to get away from that 5-man front of the Chiefs. If they can get to the quarterback with just 3 offensive linemen, they certainly do. That one is lofted up, and that is going to do it for the first half of the play. It has been all Neville in this one. They lead at 24-0. 10-minute half is what they've got put up there. So we'll be back. We'll be back with you in 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Discover golf like never before at Links on the Bayou, Central Louisiana's hidden gem. Welcome to a golf experience like no other. Our lake-style design sets the stage for an exciting and unique adventure. 5 distinct tee boxes cater to every skill level, ensuring a game that's perfect for you. And when you're ready to refuel, head to Becky's Bunker Club for dining with a view. And gear up in our pro shop, ready to elevate your golfing experience? Tee off at Links on the Bayou today. Links on the Bayou, redefining the way you enjoy golf.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Discover golf like never before at Links on the Bayou, Central Louisiana's hidden gem. Welcome to a golf experience like no other. Our lake-style design sets the stage for an exciting and unique adventure. 5 distinct tee boxes cater to every skill level, ensuring a game that's perfect for you. And when you're ready to refuel, head to Becky's Bunker Club for dining with a view. And gear up in our pro shop, ready to elevate your golfing experience? Tee off at Links on the Bayou today. Links on the Bayou, redefining the way you enjoy golf.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Back out here at the Butch Stoker Stadium for the second half of Neville and Natchitoches Central. Let's go over some of our sponsors that have made this happen today. Main sponsor, title sponsor, Ward Electric. Thank you so much for bringing this to all the fans on 446 Sports. Red River Bank, Allstate, Mark Hankins Ministries, JP Health and Wellness, Nebwood Beard and Arsenault, Quinn Financial Solutions, and our good friend Mr. John Bell over at Progressive Construction. We have a couple of Ryobi fans in this thing that are saving our lives right about now. Otherwise, it would be about 99 degrees in here instead of 98. So it's a little warm, but the partly cloudy has gone away, and we are back out here for the second half. Neville taking control of this game with their size on the offensive and defensive line. Doug having a hard time, Natchitoches Central having a hard time stopping them. But we got the second half of this game, and then the last one between Brame and Hope. What is it?
Good Hope will come in and play the Brame Gators next. Good Hope, of course, another one of those big-time middle schools that feed
How many
West
do you think
Monroe.
they have in West Monroe? Good Hope, West Ridge. How many do you think? Three? Okay.
Yeah, I think they have three feeders, and I don't know the other one. But
so there's
two,
three programs in West Monroe, all running West Monroe's offense.
I think. I don't know that. It may just be West Ridge and Good Hope.
A friend of mine went to coach at West Ridge about 10 years ago.
I find that hard to believe.
From Winfield, and he said they gave him the playbook. He was a defensive coordinator. And he said, well, what is this? They said, it's the playbook we run. He said, well, I thought I had my own defense. They said, oh, no, we don't have your own defense. You run what the high school runs.
That's correct.
And that way when they get there, they know what they're doing. One of the two friends I have, Doug.
Natchitoches Central Junior High, both of them from the city of Winfield.
Correct.
We are back and ready to go in a game that has been all Neville in this one. Neville, of course, the high school drops down to 4A. Going to be a force to reckon with there as well.
Be in Tioga's district this year, won't they?
Yeah. Neville, West Ouachita, Tioga, Franklin Parish, and maybe Grant. Grant moved down as well. But here we go. Back to live action. Second half of this one. First down and 10. Go the Chiefs.
So West Ridge, Weiser, and Reiser, and then
back
Good
to
Hope.
Pass quickly. Boy, good job defensively jumping through the pattern there.
Once again, this defensive line, and it looks like it's some different kids in the second half here for Neville. They've got quite a numbers advantage over there as well, I think.
Starting to see that Good Hope team make their way onto the field after getting loose. A lot of size to those guys. Geez. Brame Gators. They've got some special kids here in Central Louisiana on that Brame Gator team as well. We talked again, told you to Coach Josh Edwards, and they know how to do it over there. Split back formation. Going to come to there. Use him as a blocker. Tries to get to the corner, but just chased down there and driven out of bounds. Might have got shaken up just a bit, but hops right back up, and that's what I love to see. He'll get the play.
You see these kids, they're down 24-0. They're still competing. They know that the coaches are watching. They know that they're competing for playing time right now and minutes when the season starts.
Man, KP, I tell you, that's the measure of a team and a game that was a mismatch in this one. will you go out there and bang around for the entire 30 minutes of play? And they are exactly doing that.
And they're toughing it out. I'm not sure anybody's toughing it out more than we are up here, but I think they're doing a real good job.
I don't know. If I got that defensive line knocking me around, probably would. It's going to be a false start on the left tackle. That'll back things up. So you get a little bit of moving on the chains, and now they'll be back behind the sticks again, where they've spent a lot of their time today. Appreciate our man Nick Morrow, who got our final camera going before the other one left us.
Yep.
Hopefully we can resurrect it.
I'm impressed that our camera operator's still here since he doesn't have anything to do.
Oh, he's got plenty to do. He's interning again, man. He was on a sabbatical for a year, redshirted, so he's back with us. Got to find him a new shirt, though. He brought that back down with him, I guess. 3rd down and 11. We go.
Had to
line
recover
to
from
gain.
an injury last year.
Line to gain is the 40. Just you'd like to see something positive happen for this Chiefs team. Good job, the offense not moving. Blitz coming. That one lifted up into the air and thrown about 5 yards out. And that's going to bring up 4th down, and they'll more than likely designate that as the punt coming up.
Yeah, Doug, I don't think we can say it enough. We do the easy part up here, but the production guys are the ones that make us look good.
I don't know. The camera not getting on us is what makes us look good, I think.
Well,
oh,
that's
you
true
meant
too.
Yeah. You see our sponsors rotating. These are the 446 sponsors. We just talked about Belgrande. Of course, Wallace Eye Associates, our scoreboard sponsor, have been for a number of years. BU Designs takes care of all of our apparel needs. Links on the Bayou. KP, did I tell you I shot an 86 the other day?
I didn't know about the 86. Was witness to the putt you made a couple weeks
well,
ago.
Then I make the turn.
Yep.
And that was
okay. All right.
Then I made the turn.
Okay, 86 on the front. That's not bad.
So
I'm not much better than that. Just ask a few people, they'll tell you. So we were fortunate enough to play in the Pineville Scramble and and come out with a victory. It was fun to be a part of that, seeing Mr. Gann make some putts.
It was. You can catch Pineville Rebel football all season long on 446 Sports. Appreciate Coach Justin Charles and folks. So you talk about our lineup on there. Alexandria Senior High, Holy Savior Menard, Pineville High School, St. Mary's, Grant, Buckeye, Turling's Catholic down in Lafayette, and the Louisiana Christian University Wildcats. Look for some big news to come out of the NAIA coming up soon. 1st down and 10 they go. Handoff comes to the near side. This is where I've got to believe you're going to see some other folks playing. Keep an eye while you're watching along at some of the exterior players on here. These big wide receivers continue to block these DBs and these offensive line do. Look at 76, the left guard.
Yeah, he looks like he could be in high school, or should be.
That left side is pretty good size. Spinning around now. Williams is going to keep it.
Great job.
Gets it, but just bounces off of it.
Wow.
This may be. Yeah, that's one of the great runs that you'll see. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Great job
see
there
if we're
Williams.
going again. We'll take a look at that one more time. Watch him get this, and he goes around the corner. This is where the blocking, a lot of times you'll see a hold delivered, but he gets out of that hit. And you thought about this point he was going to go to the house, but he's tackled from behind. He's brought down, and he had nothing but white jerseys around him after that. Back to live action we go.
2 or 3 times I thought he was tackled.
Right. Timeout called. Timeout called.
Who's going to be doing those games down there for Turling's Catholic besides Dr. Fundamental's Eric Mouton?
It's just him all by himself. We
Just
put
him?
him down. And no, Ben Love will join him in the booth. If you remember Ben Love, John Prestridge will be on camera. We've got a teacher from Turling's that will be on camera. And it looks like our own Nick Morrow will make the trip down to Lafayette and do production down there.
That is awesome. Mm-hmm. Glad to have Eric on board doing those games down there. Turling's Catholic's got a rich tradition. They start off with I guess what you could consider their rivalry down there was
St. Thomas More.
St. Thomas More and Turlings is a lot like Ash and West Monroe.
They were in the same conference the last couple of years, but reclassing, St. Thomas More got out of their conference as they stayed in Division I. Turlings drops down to Division II, which is where they should be in their 4A capacity. Had a 10-0 regular season last year, lost in the quarterfinals of the playoffs. But Coach Mikey Corville and that group looking to make some noise again. Join us August 31st from Pizza Village on Moss Street. That'll be the initial Mikey Corville show. That starts our week of coaches shows that week and our adding of many pounds back.
Well, you've done a good job of shedding them over the summer. So, I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, that first game between Turlings and St. Thomas More and then Ash and Bryan, Arkansas, that's a heck of a way to start the year.
Indeed it is. Back to pass now. That one
Wide
is dumped
open.
off. Tight end's going to have it. Going to bang her. Whoa, Bush just puts a decleater on. Still not giving up. And that's big time work there. Let's take a look at it one more time as we follow our way to the PAT. But the point to watch is right at the end of it, and I'll slow it down a little bit more for you as that comes along. Watch this block coming up right here. Think they've got a bead on him. You see that? Watch him come up just a little bit more, and he's like, "No, we're not doing any of this. Get off," and goes on to the house. Slowing it down, freezing the replay. Now we're just having fun out here. But if you can't watch and call football in the sauna while you're relaxing, I don't know what life is about.
I mean, hopefully this is going to be as warm as we are all year. Let's pray about that this week.
One would think. It was
true.
warm yesterday at a couple of scrimmages we went to. The LCU scrimmage, they played Trinity Valley Community College. They returned 18 of their 22 starters from their conference championship team a year ago, looking to win it outright as they shared it with Ottawa of Arizona and Texas Wesleyan. 8-12 remaining in this one. Spot the ball and get the clock running.
That's right. Should be running already.
32-0. It's been all Neville from the start. 4 touchdowns, 4 2-point conversions, KP.
Doug, if football weather is coming, it's going to have to hurry. Because I remember last year it being a little chilly for a couple games, so I'm going to be looking forward to that.
This is one of those things where when we have our coaches show out at walk-ons, sometimes it's too hot to be outside.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Those coaches shows get going in full force a couple of weeks from now. Week 0 is around the corner. That is Thursday the 27th. You'll see a lot of games going on there. Eventually they're going to change that to week 1 and not have a week 0 because I still don't understand that. But what happens is they called it 0 when a game happened in August, and that's why they would call it that because the traditional start of the season is September. And so when they had one that starts in August, they called that week 0. This was a true week 0. Lofted it up, nearly there, but coming across.
Great job there from number 2, timing that up right as that ball hit the receiver's hands. Number 2 hit the receiver.
Austin Johnson just about had it, but in and out of his hands prior to the hit, but the hit was just as Sheriff Justice said, an intention getter.
Yeah.
That was just something to...
U for T.
That's the one.
Yep.
7 minutes remain here in the second half of this one. Final game of the day, getting set to start 15 minutes or so after the completion of this one.
Y'all going to want to tune in for that. We're going to have a special tribute to our coach that we recently lost, Coach Skip Bertman, before the Brain game. Stay tuned for that.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the near side. Snap is back there. Going over the top once again. But these receivers are just unable to get off the line of scrimmage against the DBs. Pass intended for Dupree. 6:30 remains. 3rd down and 10. That pass was about the best opportunity. You know, you are seeing some fresh faces for Neville out there too, but they just rotate in a lot of big guys.
And they have them. They have them, and that's the big part of it. They have them.
Well, and they've got really this school that feeds Neville. You know, and you'll see Westridge and you'll see Good Hope. They don't have all of the size. Boy, if those were two schools that were on the same campus, imagine how impressive they would be. But they're split up. 3, we said, that feeds into West Monroe. Running a little bit of time, 5:43. Play clock down, not moving actually. Back to pass. And got a man open. It is complete. Going to step out of bounds.
Stepped out
at
of
the
bounds.
45-yard line. But that's what they wanted to do. Some life there.
Some life there.
Yeah, out of Natchitoches Central Junior High. And one of it is the pressure's been dialed back a little bit, too. Austin Johnson gets a highlight out of the day. Congratulations to that young man going down. I'll tell you, the quarterback has been getting that ball down the field as well.
Once again, you said it before. These Natchitoches Central kids have not quit. They're still playing hard and trying to figure out a way to get some minutes and playing time.
We told you that's going to be the measure of this team, how they would compete. Playing a little Tecmo Bowl style here, just drop back and throw that
up
go
there
every time.
That's right.
I don't know if the younger guys catch those references.
I'm
Tecmo Bowl
fairly
references.
confident. There's not a lot of people that are watching this that didn't. But if you didn't know Tecmo Bowl and Bo Jackson, and nobody could stop Bo Jackson.
That's right. He's a cheat code on his own.
Correct. Or RBI baseball. How about that?
4 minutes remain in this one.
Could be the Boston Red Sox with Jim Rice and all those guys hitting home runs left and right.
2nd down and 10.
We're dating ourselves, Brett.
Passing opportunity here for the Chiefs.
Jim Rice is before even my generation. Timeout taken. Yeah, I know you.
Before I ever played golf, they had a golf game on there, and when you hit it OB, it was out of bounds, and I thought it was out back. I had no idea what it was. That's before I even started playing golf.
Then you learned what OB was.
Then I know what OB is. I know how to do that all by myself now.
Back after this. Back to work we go here. 2nd down and 10 following the timeout. 3:34 and counting. Snap is high but gathered in. Going to take off running and going to find tough going there. Cuts back the other side of it. Good backside block. And they're going to get looks like it may be a blindside block that's whistled or a hold.
Yeah, with that many cutbacks and turnarounds, somebody's bound to hit somebody.
Personal foul is going to be a blindside block is what it is. And yeah, and that's
on offense.
That's what we saw. But, KP, to your point, when you've got that much back and forth on the field, take them through that.
Yeah, it's just he's going left, he's going right, he's going back, he's going forth, and at some point you're an offensive lineman, you're like, you know what, I'm just going to hit somebody. And I heard this the other day at Ash's practice. It's not a penalty that they call it.
Well, and so here's the problem, and I like the rule when it's done in the state of the game. But kids are taught as they're growing up, if you see their name on the back of the jersey, don't block them.
Right.
Well, now you can't hardly block them at any time. And a kid on the offensive side of it is coming up to block. but maliciousness, and I don't think there was anything malicious, but it's the letter of the law, the letter of the penalty.
Talking to some of the officials that do this, Doug, they say they could probably call a penalty on every play.
No, 100%.
On every play, and they don't.
Oh, here's trouble in the backfield, too.
Big trouble.
They go from 2nd and 25 to about 2nd and 40 now.
But you can't explain that to some of the people in the stands whose little boy is the right tackle.
Correct.
If he got hit or he got blocked or he got whatever, it's hard to explain to them that they ran around the left side of the line and it didn't affect the play.
That's correct.
So,
ball all the way back to the 29-yard line. Line to gain is the 32.
Never
on the
officiated
other
football,
side.
but I think football is the hardest game to officiate, Doug, in my opinion.
I would think so. Something's always going on. 21 there and another 17. 38. 3rd down and 38. Yeah.
3rd and 38.
3rd down and second base. To get this one, those of you that get that reference, is Don Boniel Stadium is just beyond the Jumbotron. That one there, good-looking pass and just in and out of the hands. KP, I can't tell you over and over again, at any time, the thing you could do if you're Natchitoches Central, if you're the junior high there, is just run the ball, take the time off, and run the ball and kick it away.
Yeah.
But they're going after it, and they're getting better for next week, and that's what I like the most.
And, I mean, that's the only choice they have at this point. You know, they've got to do that. These coaches are trying to figure out. You know, we always talk about some of the blowouts we see Ash be involved in, and Coach Bachman, I think, pays as much attention to the 2nd and 3rds as he does the 1st because he knows what to expect out of the 1s. He's got to find out what the 2s can do at some point.
Are they going to compete when the game is – when adversity hits? Is that anybody can compete when you're up 32-0. That's not adversity.
Right.
Are you going to get out there and do it when you're down 32-0?
I heard Coach Mulkey talk about the young lady from up there in Oak
Caroline
Brady.
Yes.
She went up and she said, I called the coach and said, what is the game that's going to probably be y'all's worst loss? And she said, I drove up to watch that game. I wanted to see how Caroline responded getting her butt kicked. And that's what made Coach Mulkey want to recruit the young lady, is the way she responded when she was getting killed.
Let me tell you, if she doesn't go to LSU as a basketball player, she's one of the top players in softball in the country as
I've
well.
heard that. I've heard that.
She could flat swing it.
I've heard that. Coach Torino paid a nice tribute to Coach Bertman. Yesterday I saw an interview with Beth talking about how she used to stop by every day and speak to him at his office. He just mentored so many people down there at LSU, whether it was football, baseball, whoever it was. There'll never be another Skip Bertman.
They said it's a lot cooler in the gym than outside on the softball field.
That's right.
For sure.
She said her favorite saying he ever told her was, Coach, don't be afraid to go to extra innings. You sell more concessions.
That's correct. 58 and counting now. Remember, they start the clock after it. Neville keeps their offensive unit out there. They'll drop a little quick pass off. First down is there. Cutting back. And he's going to go on to the house there. Some late blocks down the end, but count the touchdown. And look, so anyone that says, well, why are they throwing the ball late? Why are they doing this? One, it's 4th down. They're trying to get it. But they made it through several tackles on it. But you got this second team group in there. How are they going to get good reps? They've got to get consistent with the offense, face a little adversity themselves and handle it. But we sit at 40-0. No, we sit at 38-0. Pardon me.
And they're seeing that.
5th touchdown of the day, looking to add the 5th extra point, and they will do that. 40-0 is going to be your final score in this one as the clock continues to roll now, 13 and 12 and 11.
Pretty dominant performance today here from the Neville Tigers, Doug.
Yeah, it was, and a young man injured on the tail end of that play. We
hate to
appreciate our
see
guy
that.
for getting off of